is Better Banking by Quest. Quest is becoming CenturyLink. CenturyLink, your link begins here. Find out more at CenturyLink.com/link. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Grammy Award winner Randy Travis, June 25th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Still got 9 innings of baseball and a day off before the Phillies come to town, but Jen Mueller's down on the field making sure we're ready.
Oh, Angie, the buzz has been building for this weekend series, especially when you consider that the Phillies have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. But when you take a look at this weekend's matchup, there's a couple of names that will be missing. The Mariners do not face Cliff Lee or Roy Halladay. Instead, the pitching matchups look like this. It's Michael Pineda against Roy Oswalt on Friday, Felix Hernandez against Vance Worley on Saturday, and right now the scheduled starters for Sunday, Jason Vargas against Cole Hamels. Now, Cole Hamels pitched deep into the game last night against Florida, but left with back tightness or stiffness. That's kind of a day-to-day thing, but right now he is scheduled to make that start. But Angie, even without some of those top guys pitching, an exciting series on tap for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jen. Looking forward to seeing our old friend Raul Ibanez. Well, in between the Mariners and the Angels tonight, so we'll update you on what's going on in the rest of the division. Things are starting to tighten up just a little bit in the AL West. Also, it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight in Vancouver against the Canucks, or between the Canucks and the Bruins. We'll let you know if the home team continues to win. They have done so every single game of this series. But up next, we get you ready for baseball. Erik Bedard has never beaten the Angels here at Safeco Field. He sets out to change that next. He's 3-0 in his last 8 starts. We've got it for you here on Root Sports.
The entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Welcome to the great city of Seattle, Washington, everybody. Down to your right, you see the sports complex, Quest Field, and right next door, Safeco Field. Tonight, Game 3 of a 3-game set, the Angels and the Mariners. This is Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims and Mike Blowers with you here from Safeco Field. It'll be Erik Bedard against Ervin Santana. Mariners trying to get a W here before they enjoy a day off tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Angels lineup that will face Erik Bedard.
Thank you, Dave. And for Mike Scioscia, The Angels are going to cause problems. Torrey Hunter always seems to be in the middle of it. Off to a rough start this year. Bobby Abreu, the left-hander, hitter, 295 coming into the game. And then Vernon Wells, 2 home runs for him on Monday. Starting to swing the bat better. Howie Kendrick off to a great start, hitting .308. And then you have Peter Bourne. Just want to keep him off the bases. Runs well. We'll try to steal some bases if he can find a way to get on. Andrew Romine will hit 9th and play third base. Numbers for Eric Bedard. Pitched well over the last 6 weeks. ERA steadily coming down. He's in a 3.47 now. 70 innings pitched for him, 65 strikeouts. And the defense behind him, Karp in left field. Goodyear is out in center. Ichiro will play right in the infield. Biggins at third. Ryan at shortstop. Jack Wilson getting the start at second base. Justin Smoke at first. And Miguel Olivo will do the catching tonight.
We have a beautiful evening. About an hour and change ago, they had to close the roof. Been opened up, and we're ready for action here. First pitch to Ibar, shows bunt, takes a strike. Angel Hernandez behind home plate. Angel Campos at first, Chad Fairchild at second, and Joe West at third. So Bedard looking for his first win since the 25th of May. Good breaking ball in there for strike 2. Ibar always a pain in the side of the Mariners. He went 1 for 5 last night. First inning double, a 4-run inning for the Angels. This one popped up. Jack Wilson going back. He's got a good angle, but Ichiro's right there. He'll take it. 1 down. In today's game, we are participating in the Home Run Challenge. Today, every home run in this game raises $19,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge by calling 800-798-CURE, that's 2873, or go online at www.pcf.org. So 51 degrees, winds calm here, and some of the fans still bathed in sunlight as Torrey Hunter takes a strike. Mike Scioscia in an effort to get Hunter going, it moved him up to the 2-hole in the order. There's Mike Butcher on the left, thyroid cancer survivor from earlier in the year. Mike Scioscia, his 12th year. And Rob Piccolo is on the right. Oh, and 2 to Hunter. This one popped up. It'll get out of play. So Bedard, his last 3 starts, no decisions. At Baltimore, May 31st, he left behind 0-2. 2-0 and 2-0. And on on June 5th against Tampa Bay, a no decision, left the game leading 5-3. And against Detroit, his last time out, left the game after 5 and a 2-2 score. But in that time, it's 18 in the 3rd inning, 7 earned runs, 3.48 ERA in those last 3 starts. Prior to that, he'd won 2 in a row.
I think he's done an excellent job of getting deeper into games. Last outing was a little bit different for him, only going 5 innings, but the Tigers were a hot hitting club. They felled off a lot of really good pitches from Eric, and he had to battle his way through 5 innings. But I think if you go back and you look, watching him pitch in through 7 innings, sometimes into the 8th, has been a nice change and really helped the bullpen out.
Done a real nice job here in the month of May. He went 7, then he went 5, 8, 6, 6 and a third. And then the last 2 starts, 7 and 5 innings. 1-2 to Hunter. Torrey's had a lot of success against Bedard, 9 for 25. 360 batting average. Two and 2. Bouncing ball down to Biggins. And that will retire Torrey Hunter. 2 down. Here in the first. Much better start here for Bedard than what Doug Fister went through last night. Tip your cap to Doug after 42 pitches. 4 runs, 5 hits. They leave 2 in the first inning. Then he settles down and goes 66 pitches for the next 18 outs.
Only gave up 2 hits after that, right?
Gut check. And again, you talk about saving the bullpen. They had to get Jeff Gray up early in the first inning. Here's Bobby Abreu. Average is good. Not big on the home runs to this point. He went 1 for 3 last night.
He's always been a patient hitter. Uses the entire ballpark. He'll spray it around. Having a nice month of June and hitting .390 with 6 RBIs, 4 doubles.
One to Bobby. Art coming back from multiple shoulder surgeries. First part of the year, tough. Lost 4 straight games. Didn't get beyond 5 innings until winning at Detroit, 10-1. Back with another strike, 1-2 against Abreu. Two to Abreu. 2-2.
Look at the tracer of that last pitch, a couple inches off the outside corner.
Seven-game hitting streak for Mr. Abreu. 2-2, 2 out, nobody on. Strike 3 call. Abreu doesn't agree with Angel Hernandez. That'll do it for the Angels. 1-2-3, they go down. The Mariners coming up. A hot Ichiro will lead it off. Ichiro swinging a hot bat since getting a night off a few days ago. Look what's happened the last 4 games. .471 batting average, 8 for 17 after a major struggle, 3 for 34 prior. And Mike, take a look at the rest of the lineup.
Following Ichiro, it'll be Brendan Ryan. Smoke Peguero moves up. He will hit cleanup tonight. The DH. Olivo, Carp, Gutierrez, Figgins, and Jack Wilson gets to start at second base. He will hit 9th.
Irvin Santana. First pitch to Ichiro in there for strike.
Santana's numbers.
Mariners quite familiar with Irvin. This will be his 22nd start against the Mariners. He's 9-4, 3.89 ERA. Over his last 4 starts against the Mariners, 3-0 with a 2.25. Ichiro with a base hit down the line. And Vernon Wells can't get it. It bounces around. Ichiro will hold up right there at second. So Ichiro's hot hitting continues. 9 for his last 18.
It's a high fastball. Hits the ball hard. You can see the pitch on the tracer. That is middle away and up in the zone. Hits it hard down in the corner. When it gets by Wells, I thought maybe he would get a triple. Hard to do when a ball is hit the left field, but if anybody could, it would have been Ichiro. Wells, Borges, and Hunter in the outfield for the Angels. On the infield, Romine getting the start at third. Ibar and Kendrick up the middle. Mike Trumbo, the first baseman tonight, and Bobby Wilson, the backup catcher, will be behind the plate.
11th double for Ichiro. Here's Brendan Ryan. Fouls that one back off the catcher, Bobby Wilson. Good news for the Mariners. Rangers trailing at the Yankees 12-4, bottom 8. Ryan 0 for 4 last night. Jared Weaver put a lot of offers on folks last night. 2 hits for Ichiro, 2 for Carp, and 1 for Figgins. That was it. Ichiro swing the bat really well, and that doesn't look like that he's trying to serve the ball. He's swinging the bat a lot more aggressively of late, and it's paying off big time.
This right here should be right in Brendan Ryan's wheelhouse. When he's swinging well, he's up the middle the other way, so even if he makes an out, hopefully he can move Ichiro up. Good slider on the outside corner.
One two to Ryan. He's rocking a Fu Manchu. Almost as good as the skip. Popped it up. Coming over first baseman Trumbo for the play. 1 out. Bring up Justin Smoke. He was 0 for 4 last night as well. 3 flyouts and a pop-up. And a ground-out big play. Trying to pick up hit number 2 here in this plate appearance in this homestand. He's 1 for 8. Turned out to be a very good evening. Light breeze, looks like it's coming in from left field going across towards center. Shouldn't be much of a factor tonight. American flag. Center field is hanging down low. Outside ball 1 to Smoke. Ichiro, he's at second base, 5 for 9 in this first 2 games plus. He's got a 5-game hit streak working. 9 for 18 during that time. His fans loving it on the first base side. Truno. Very careful with Smoke. Smoke 0 for 3 against Santana.
Smoke is the guy that they look to drive in the runs. 38 RBIs for Smoke. You have a young hitter in Peguero on deck. I would assume that if he wants to swing right here 3-0, Eric Wedge will give it to him. He's actually done that a lot this year.
And a 4-pitch walk to Smoke. So first and second, 1 out, and Carlos Peguero make his first plate appearance as a cleanup hitter for the Mariners. And Eric Wedge before the game talking about putting the young man in that position. He says, listen, we got to find something that works offensively. He's a threat every time he walks up there. And with all the young kids up here, we're going to keep searching, and we're not afraid to try some things.
Well, over his last 10 games, he's hitting .323, scored 10 runs, couple of doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs. Why not?
2 on, 1 out.
Like the best fastball Santana has thrown so far at 95 miles an hour.
Arrowhead last night off. Pitch. 1-1. Santana out of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. Born there, still lives there. 6th year in the big leagues. Coming off a 17-10 campaign a year ago, a 3.92 ERA. And Michael Pineda. Both from San Cristobal. Another broken bat for Peguero. And no play as Romine was playing deep at third. Foul ball. Strike 2.
Look, see how close this gets to his hands. Yeah, right there on the pine tar of his bat, and snaps it in two. Dave mentioned Romine was playing deep, as he should be, with Peguero up, and a nice effort. Almost came up with it, but instead Peguero will get another shot.
Peguero on Monday night in the 6-3 Angels win. He went 1 for 4. He broke about 3 bats that night. Last night Mike Carp was in left field and Jack Cuss DH. Carp's in left field again tonight. Peguero in the 4-hole as the DH. Pitch out off.
And Santana feeling that he's in a little bit of trouble here in the first. Oh, last fastball 97 miles an hour. So Peguero came to the plate. He was 93-94.
So what kind of plate discipline Mr. Peguero has here. 1 and 2 with 2 on. Ichiro takes off. And he's in with a stolen base. His 17th. 17 out of 21. And that's career stolen base number 400 for Ichiro. He got it easily, no throw. So 2-2 is the count to Peguero. Runners at the corners. Here in the first. Glad you're with us here for Mariner Baseball. Strike him out. 2 down. That'll bring up Miguel Oliva. Santana wins that battle with the Mariner cleanup hitter. Now in the 5-hole. Catcher Miguel Oliva, who's 1 for 5 career against Santana. Miguel with 3 fly balls last night, 0 for 3.
This would be a good time for him to get his first hit in the series. Drive in a run.
Ball 1 to Oliva. We're talking about attitude win. He was a big part of the Sunday attitude win. A couple of home runs, 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Two and 0. Good count for Miguel.
Next pitch will be number 20. Santana isn't sharp yet. 9 strikes to 10 balls.
2-0 pitch. So he comes back here with 2-1 now. Mariners could use a big hit right now as they try to get a win going into tomorrow's day off, and then the Phillies come into town. We're in 1.
This is the 20th of 20 in a row for the Mariners, so I'm sure they're looking forward to the day off tomorrow. Good news with the Phillies coming in. Going to be home for a while. It's a short stint over to Washington, D.C. to play the Nationals, but they're going to get a lot of home games here shortly.
And with the Angels in town, it's a stretch of 15 of the next 18 here at home. Phillies come in, go to Washington, then Florida, Atlanta, and San Diego. Payoff pitch to Olivo. Just got a piece of it. Smoke was on the move.
Good fastball up in the zone. Olivo fouls it straight back. Looked like he was able to get the barrel to it.
Anderson, Pacific time from now through the middle of July, minus the D.C. trip. That's a good run the Mariners run. It started Monday.
The 8th pitch. A lot of fastballs to Olivo. Hasn't been able to catch up to one yet.
Three and 2 to Olivo. Do it again. Strike him out. Santana rallies nicely after the Mariners get a couple on. No score after one. Very good. Good stuff. Some work went into that one. The old logo and everything. Drill the Angels. Well, Mike Blowers, you can relate to this. I graduated. I deserve prize.
Congratulations for that.
Congratulations to your son on graduating from high school yesterday. Good stuff. Dan Wilson joins us as we look at Vernon Wells leading off for the Angels. Daniel, good to see you again. How are you?
Good, Dave. Good to see you guys.
Good to have you. What do you think of this Mariner Ball Club since we saw you last?
Well, they've been playing really well. I think they went on the road. They hit some home runs. The pitching continues to be so consistent, and when that offense picks up, boy, it's a fun club to watch.
Eric Bedard, boy, I'd like to see him get a win here. It's been a while, but he's keeping the team in games. Line drive, Carp off the plate on the hop. Vernon Wells has come to Seattle and gotten well here. Early visit to the trivia question tonight. A 39-year-old or a 37-year championship drought ends. How many MLB teams have a current championship drought of 40 or more years? Our AT&T trivia question. And this, of course, relates to the Stanley Cup Final. Game 7 tonight. The Vancouver Canucks and the Boston Bruins. Right now, Howie Kendrick is the hitter. Looks at ball one. Dan, I know you're a hockey guy. They've got NHL longer droughts. My goodness, Toronto, the Kings, the Blues, and the Sabres. But for baseball, championship droughts, 40 or more years. I'm going to go with I'll go with A5.
I'm going with C7.
I'm going with C7.
All right, so you're an entry. I'll have the answer later for you. Text ABC or D to 95323. Now, Kendrick has been tough on Mariner pitching. Two and one. Now he's 7 for 14 against the Mariners with a home run. This is game number 5 between his two clubs. All here in Seattle.
It's been tough on a lot of clubs. 10th in the American League in hitting. Comes into the game with a .308 average.
Well struck left field. Karp is there. One out. It's the last time you saw a guy make the conversion like Karp was making, first base to the outfield.
That's a tough conversion too. When you look at going from an infield spot where things happen quickly to an outfield spot where things take a little time to develop. But he's doing a great job and swung the bat too while he's here, which always helps any adjustment you're making.
I like the fact that making that adjustment, he spent his winter losing some weight, lost 20 pounds over the winter, so he can move a little bit better, give himself some opportunities, and because he can play another position.
Here's Mike Trumbo. Big, strong rookie. Leads the club with 11 home runs. Pace for 26. Top rookie home run producer right now, and he's got 101 total bases.
I think with Karp, make the trade, they get Justin Smoak. You just want to get buried in AAA playing first or find another spot. And his AAA numbers this year are off the chart. He's really doing well and had a couple of hits in last night's game.
Dart 1-1 to Trumbo. 1-2.
Yeah, his home run numbers and RBI numbers in AAA were very high for the amount of games that they played. And you know as well as anybody, Mike, if you're going to swing a bat, they're going to find a place for you to play. And you're right. The fact that Mike got himself into a position to be able to play somewhere else on the field has really helped his cause.
High fly ball, backing up. Karp on the track, running out of room. He's at the wall, and he made the catch. Mike Karp. The runner has to hustle back Vernon Wells, and he's back safely. Mike Karp, everybody, in just his second game in left field at Safeco Field, third as a big leaguer, makes a tremendous play.
Made a great play in last night's ball game, playing left field, making a sliding catch. And this right here, you just have to time your jump, which is exactly what Mike does.
Boy, braced himself. He felt for where he was. Good job. Like you've been doing it the last 10 years.
Almost doubled up the runner. Wells was around second base. Strong throw back in. Nice play by Smoak over at first. The relay from Jack Wilson was a bit of a short hop, but he was able to pick it.
Borges fouls one back. Nice work by Mike Karp in left field. The ball was finding him a lot last night. A nice sliding catch in the first against Romine. Several other catches out there. Jumped on a breaking ball. Single to left. Here's Wells going to third. Karp's throw. It's cut off. And in the second on the throw is Borges. Borges, base hit, takes second on the throw.
Borges, we were talking about him and he can really run. No stride at all. Hits this ball hard, and I think this fools Mike. It looks like the play should go to third. You expect the runner to end up at first. It's the cutoff man. But by the time Brendan Ryan turns around, Borges is sliding into second.
Borges one of the fastest guys around. He leads the league with 6 triples. Backup catcher Bobby Wilson.
I think Borges was thinking second base out of the box, and when he saw that throw go that direction, he just wasn't going to stop. Wells got around second, kept going to third too.
Here's Bobby Wilson in his 5th start. Behind home plate, 6th start overall. 1-1 to count.
Only 23 at bat so far for Wilson.
Another guy did a good job in the offseason. He dropped 30 pounds since we saw him last year.
That's one thing Mike Scioscia loves, Mike, is just being aggressive on the base paths like those guys just were. And that's just been his trademark, whether it's stealing bags or taking the extra base. He just loves that aggressiveness on the bases.
Chopper down to Ryan. Flips across, and that'll do it. No runs, a couple of hits, no errors, a couple of men left. To the home second, no score. Utah. Sons of Italy are here too. We like that. And salute the great Niehaus. There's Mike Carp to lead it off. Carp, Gutierrez, and Figgins here in the second inning against Irvin Santana. Happy Father's Day indeed coming up on Sunday. Oh, 2 to Carp. 2 hits last night, 2 for 3. Couple singles to center field. Carp didn't get a lot of at-bats last year. Late call-up. You guys see anything different? I know it's short strokes we've seen to this point since he's been called up. Anything different from last year?
I think the thing that gives him the best chance, and that's why I'm not surprised that he put up the numbers that he was putting up in AAA, because you saw it up here, is he seems to have a real good idea where the strike zone is. He doesn't chase a lot of pitches, and you start to gain confidence from that. And hey, the key to it is to get a good pitch to hit and not miss it, and I think that's been the difference for him. But the big thing for me is that he's always known the strike zone. Even for the little bit of time that he's had in the past, he has an idea of what's going on. And with that, you have something to work with.
1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Third time up for Carp. 09, played 21 games. He hit .315. Got that one off the front toe. He went 17 for 54. Take a look. Oof. Last year he came up, played 13 games, went 6 for 35, hit 171. All 2 strikes. Struck him out. It's 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Santana. One down here in the bottom of the second. All right, so tonight, the championship drought ends. 39 years for the Canucks, 37 years for the Bruins. How many Major League Baseball teams have a current championship drought of 40 or more years? Let's see, I went with 5A. Dan and Mike went with C. Survey says, you see, the fans went with C, and it's C7. Way to go, fellas. It's the Cubs, Indians, Rangers, Astros, Brewers, Nationals, and Padres. And Vancouver now moves to 40 years, and the Bruins drought is over. They won it 4-0. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Congratulations, Bruins.
Pulling for any particular team?
No, you know, I grew up in the Chicago area, so I'm a Blackhawks fan. But, you know, you look at Vancouver or Boston, either one of those teams to win tonight, huge for those cities. I mean, Boston, a huge hockey town. Vancouver, obviously, a huge hockey town. So there was a lot riding on that hockey game. And anytime the Canadians lose a hockey game, that's a tough pill to swallow.
National pride taking a hit. Bobby Orr against the St. Louis Blues. That's a game winner. Last time they won. 1970 was that championship. And here's what they won tonight. Lord Stanley's Cup. Pretty cool to hold that thing. It was at local station in New York. The Devils won a couple, and they brought the Stanley Cup over. A little unwieldy carrying, but it's not that heavy.
Well, they travel around with it now, or at least they will,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody gets the habit. Swing and a miss on a good off-speed pitch by Santana. He struck out 4 in a row.
Santana, the minute that he walked smoke, all of a sudden he turned things up a notch. His fastball went up 3-4 miles an hour. Harder slider from him. And 4 strikeouts in a row because of that. He's always had good stuff. We were talking about it earlier, Dan. He has a tendency this year anyways to give up some home runs, but he has a nice arm.
Yeah, he really does. It's a nice live arm. I think sometimes he will get into trouble with balls and strikes a little bit, but you're right. When you throw up 94, 95, and you're consistent with it, and then you mix in a wrinkle here and there, you're gonna get your outs. And
there's Figgins hitting one hard into the gap. 1-0 pitch, base hit for Figgins. Figgins started to show a little bit of life. 1 for 3 last night. Monday night he went 1 for 3, and both of those times he hit the ball extremely hard.
It looks like he gets a fastball. They want it to go away. It's in. Get that one off the label a little bit, but he'll take it. That's a base hit. Right on the inside corner.
And I'll bring up Jack Wilson. Seen Jack mainly as a pinch runner late in ball games recently. Talking about Santana, he's lost his last 2 games. Lost at home to Kansas City, lost at home to the Yankees. No decision at Kansas City. Last time he won a ball game was same day Bedard won on May 25th. He beat Oakland 4-1. Went 6 innings. Strike 1 to Jack Wilson, hitting .237.
do you go back to that picture of Bobby Orr? Do you know no helmets?
Yeah.
Back in the day there.
1970, remember it well. And at that time, I bet it was only about half the goal. Maybe 3/4 of the goalies were wearing masks then. There's Bobby Orr. What a great athlete, a fabulous hockey player, defenseman who's just controlled the action. They used to have some great clubs. Phil Esposito in the middle. Their centerman, Johnny Busick, the Chief. Derek Sanderson. Johnny Pie McKenzie. Jerry Cheevers in the nets. Boston also won the cup in '72 against the Rangers. You would have seen a lot of Tony Esposito.
That's right. The other Esposito.
Chicago Blackhawks. I think it was '73. They lose the Stanley Cup final to Montreal. Bobby Hull's probably his last Stanley Cup appearance. Here's one for you, and I think you might remember this. 2-1 pitch coming up here to Wilson. There goes Figgins. Swung on and hit into left center field. Figgins is going to get the third. A hit and run. And Jack Wilson delivers with 2 outs. A broken bat base hit.
I like the Mariners putting the game in motion. Figgins on the run. This jams Jack. He is able to fight it off into the outfield for a base hit. Figgins will come around to third easily. But we've seen Ichiro steal a base, and Figgins was on the move on that pitch. So Eric Wedge turning the guys loose, trying to make something happen. It's Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the Angels, will take a trip out to the mound.
Here's one for you, Dan. In that, I believe it was '73, Stanley Cup Finals, Montreal against the Chicago Blackhawks. Who was the guy that checked Bobby Hull and I think held him to maybe 1 or 2 goals tops?
Wow. Dave, I'm impressed with your hockey knowledge, first of all.
Ray-Jean Houle.
My goodness.
Ray-Jean Houle just abused Bobby Hull in that series. I remember because I was rooting for Chicago. They had a good club. I liked them. Stan Mikita.
Yep.
And obviously Tony O.
Talk about helmets. Stan Mikita, one of the first guys to wear one full time.
Number 21. When we saw the Niehaus statue, we saw that at the artist's places. Ichiro takes a strike. Great rendering of Stan Mikita. Ichiro. A nice roll going. See if he can pick up a run here. 400 stolen bases. Just picked that up in his last time on base. Bails on that one. Hits a dribbler to Kendrick. You know, he knows he has to hustle, and he does. Throws out Ichiro. Mariners strand 2. Showing some signs of life, though. No score. End of 2. Rally fries. Put them in the final group, maybe, Mike?
I think so.
Young Andrew Romine, first pitch swinging. Coming in, Gutierrez makes the catch. Let's check in with Angie Mente.
Hey guys, thank you very much. By the way, a reminder, tonight is the last day of balloting here at Safeco Field. Still vote online, but last day here at the ballpark. Meantime, Tampa Bay and Boston going at it, and everything was going pretty well for Jeremy Hellickson, but that was until he faced Kevin Youkilis in the 7th. Youkilis homers to left field with 2 on, his 10th of the season. Josh Beck pitches a one-hit complete game. Red Sox going to win 3-0. Dave?
All right, Angie, thank you very, very much. And the Red Sox certainly have figured things out. Boy, they played some great baseball. Won 9 of the last 10. Started today, game and a half up on the Yankees. Top of the order, here's Ibar. 2-0. Eric flied to right his first time. That pitch has been very effective for Bedard this year. 2-1. Bedard's got a 2-5 record. 8 starts against the Angels, a 5.70 ERA. No play for Olivo. Clean catch by a fan.
Guys with a 2-seamer, a 4-seamer, and they also throw a cutter. Would you have a different sign for the cutter, or is it all just a fastball and you'll figure it out from there?
Well, I guess it depended on the movement. Some cutters act more like a slider, and there's more movement, so you needed to know when a cutter was coming. I typically would just go with a 2-seamer, 4-seamer, the same sign, and then if the cutter had a little extra movement, I'd make sure we designated something different for the cutter. But you know, with a 4-seamer, with a 2-seamer, you can almost bank on that movement, especially from a left-hander. It's going to be running down and away, and the lefties that use that pitch really like that sink, that run, because it really sets up their changeup. So you got accustomed to how the ball would break.
2-2 pitch popped up, short right field. Coming in, Ichiro for the second out. Michael Pineda, he's scheduled to be on the mound Friday against the Phillies. Mariners, they'll be wearing their green alternate jerseys. First 20,000 fans, you can go green with the team. When you get your own Ichiro replica green jersey, get your tickets today at mariners.com/tickets. It's a good looking sight here in Seattle. Two outs. Here's Torrey Hunter. Torrey bounced out to Sean Figgins. Third base, his first time up.
I have a question for you. Do you have an answer? In Eric's last outing, he went 5 innings, had to throw a lot of pitches. And he made the comment, which, by the way, I agree with him on it, and that was there were a lot of foul balls. Tigers were fouling a lot of pitches off. Why do some pitchers just have a knack for it? It seems like they hitters foul a lot of pitches off and they get their pitch count up. Because you see guys that have overpowering stuff, it happens to them, or not. You know, the guys that go through and kind of finesse their way through usually don't. They'll put those in play. But Eric is a guy, he has a good fastball at 92. Good breaking ball. I wonder why that is, because it seems like it happens to him more often than not.
Well, that's a great question. I think a lot of times when you get a guy like Eric who's probably got some movement on his ball that's late and unpredictable, you get guys that just have a hard time squaring it up, and that's when you get a lot of the foul balls. He may have a ball, even though he's throwing a 2-seamer, maybe it'll cut on that pitch. He's probably got a lot of late movement, and it's sharp movement, and they're just not able to get the barrel of the bat on the ball, but they're able to foul it off. And I know I caught a lot of guys that, you're right, that the power guys would with a good fastball, you just try to get a piece of it. Guys with a good breaking ball, they're just trying to reach it and get a piece of it. But with some of these guys, like Eric Bedard, he's got movement that's unpredictable, and these guys are just not able to square it up.
I think the other thing too is he pitches in a lot, and I think that has something to do with because hitters are trying to protect, and they're not as aggressive with their swings, and it's like you're saying, fighting pitches off.
And more this year, Mike, in terms of that pitching inside. Pitch to Hunter, getting looking. Got him looking. Second strikeout. Both have been called third strikes. The other two are Brave. 1, 2, 3. Go the Angels in the third. Mariners coming up with Ryan Smoke and Peguero. With us here for Mariner Baseball, we take a look at the Mariner calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap up tonight, day off tomorrow, hoping for great weather for the guys. Then the Phillies come in just moments ago. They completed a day-night split doubleheader sweep for the Marlins. They went 8-4, and then the second game 5-4 in 10 innings. Ryan Smoke and Peguero here in the home third. Ryan fouled out to the first baseman Trumbo in his first at bat. Two and one. Mariners threatened in the second inning. Got runners to first and third. 2 outs. Couldn't push a run across. Ibar to his left. One down. Phillies coming to town. A lot of red here in Seattle this weekend. Roy Oswalt against Michael Pineda. Vince Worley, a rookie, against Felix Hernandez. And Cole Hamels throwing some really good baseball this year against Jason Vargas.
I think there'll be a few strikeouts in that first game.
Strike one to Justin Smoke. Walked his first time up on 4 pitches. 19,321 paid at 10-2 at Safeco Field tonight. Really stung down the line. Fair ball. Extra bases for Smoke. Torrey Hunter gets it back in. Justin Smoke with the double, his 15th. He's the team leader in that category, along with total bases, home runs, RBIs, and slugging. Boy, he hits this one really hard.
Yeah, he gets a fastball. Looks like it's in the middle of the plate. Belt high. able to get the barrel to it.
Torrey Hunter, long time center fielder, played that nice lay off the pinball effect. To left field off the end of the bat. Wells puts it away. 2 down, runner at second. This coming Saturday, Mariners and the Phillies get together here at Safeco Field. You can become a Crown member of Mariners Royal, a King Felix knit cap night. King Felix is set to take the mound that day, and the first 20,000 Mariners kings, queens, princes, and princesses take home a Felix Hernandez beanie. It's complete with a crown, so get your tickets by visiting mariners.com/tickets. There's Pineda, Felix, and Adam Moore. Adam Moore out for the season with a knee injury. Good to see him back in uniform, hanging with the fellas. 2 outs, and Olivo looks at ball 1. Olivo struck out his first time, for second in a run of 4 consecutive strikeouts by Santana.
First 3 innings, the Mariners have had runners in scoring position, just haven't had anybody come up with a big base hit for them yet. 0 for 5 with men in scoring position.
To Olivo. Takes breaking ball for strike.
You touched on it a little earlier, Mike. Santana seems to be the type of guy, when he gets runners in scoring position, he turns it up a notch. And you mentioned adding a couple miles to his fastball, and all of a sudden his breaking ball gets a little sharper, and he bears down a little bit with runners in scoring position.
Popped up and playable. Second baseman Kendrick makes the play, and that'll do it for the Mariners. They get a 1-out double from Smoke. He advances no farther. No score after 3.
Yankees taking on the Rangers in New York, and Mark Teixeira putting the hurt on the Rangers tonight. He homers once in the first and then again in the 6th. Two-run home runs, one from each side of the plate. The 11th time he's done that in his career, and that ties Chili Davis and Eddie Murray for the most in Major League history. Yankees hit 5 home runs in total and rout the Rangers 12-4. It's our Sterling Savings Bank score. Back upstairs. See you, Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you. Mark Teixeira among the elite all-time switch-hitting home run hitters. Bobby Abreu, Vernon Wells, and Howie Kendrick. 3, 4, 5 here in the 4th. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Dan Wilson with us tonight. Eric Bedard, no runs on 2 hits. He struck out 2, has not walked anybody. Strike 1 to Abreu. Took a called 3rd strike, ending the 1st inning.
Abreu's one of those hitters that is patient, takes a lot of pitches, takes a lot of first pitch strikes. then all of a sudden he'll hack at that heater right in the middle of the plate on the first pitch because you think you can get away with it and hurt you.
Again, Mike, we talked about with runners in scoring position, and a lot of times guys' approaches at the plate will change, just like a pitcher changes a little bit. And that's one of the things in a scouting report you want to know. You want to know if a guy is going to be aggressive early in the count with runners in scoring position. You might get a Derek Jeter who takes the first strike, like you said, first 2 or 3 times up, but that 4th time up with a guy on second base and the game on the line, he's going to be hacking early in the count, and you got to know that and pitch accordingly. And you're right, it's Abreu's the same type of hitter. He's a guy who will lull you to sleep, and then when the game's on the line, he's hacking early in the count.
He's taken 69% of the pitches seen this season. Guard dropped down sidearm on him. Matt Wilson throws out. Bobby Abreu. On the Hit It Here Cafe, they've got a great vantage point. Little mange out there, and a chance to take in a good baseball game here at Safeco Field. 19,321 here tonight. Here's Vernon Wells, base hit to left. Groin injury has really slowed him down. He leans on this one, but not enough. Gutierrez puts it away for the second out. Sunday, make sure you spend Father's Day with the Mariners. Mariners and the Phillies right here at Safeco Field, and after the game, 10,000 dads. You're going to take home a set of 4 Mariner baseball coasters to give from us on this special day. Get your tickets to Sunday's Mariners Phils game. Mariners.com/tickets or any Mariners team store. Kind of like Bedard's efficiency tonight. Here's Kendrick. .35 strikes, 15 balls thus far. Kendrick a fly to left his first time up. 2 hits, both in the second inning. Wells and Borges. Upstairs with the off-speed pitch. The Mariners have left 1 on in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. About hit the Angels 4-2. Well, 2-2 to count to Howie Kendrick. Five in a row retired by Bedard. Got him. Strikes out. Howie Kendrick, foul tip right into the glove of Olivo. 6 in a row retired by Bedard. Home 4th coming up. It'll be Kirk, Gutierrez, and Figgins in a scoreless game. More on defense, and let's go back to Mike Karp. How about this? His second game in left field this season, third as a big leaguer. This is a big-time catch. It robs Trumbo of a home run. Would have been a two-run shot. Nice play by Mike Karp. And here's Karp to lead it off. At the bottom of the fourth, Karp, Gutierrez, and Figgins. Strikeout for Karp in his first appearance. Santana tonight has struck out 4, walked 1, giving up 4 hits. Two and one. Mariners won the first 2 games against the Angels here at Safeco Field, May 18, 19, and then now the Angels have come here and won the last couple of nights. 2-1. Karp was a 9th round pick by the Mets, June 04 draft. Came over with Vargas, December 08. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 5 for Santana. 1 down here in the 4th. Coming up Friday, Michael Pineda against Roy Oswalt. Oswalt coming over to the Phillies last year. Pineda. Hitters only averaging 208. The league is hitting against him. Strike 1 to Gutierrez. He struck out in the second. Pick something off of that pitch, and Goody sends it to left, and Vernon Wells catch. Santana throwing a nice ball game so far. Both he and Bedard not won since May 25. 3 wins for Santana this year at Tampa Bay. 1 at home against Oakland and Atlanta. Sean Figgins, a base hit to right center.
And Dave, you look at that Philadelphia pitching staff, and the Mariners will not see Cliff Lee or Roy Halladay, but you're still going to face 3 solid starters, and that speaks to the depth of that staff, and I think also speaks to the depth of the Mariners staff, because they are going to throw 3 quality guys at them as well. But 2 very, very good pitching staffs, very good, 1 through 5 starters in both those staffs.
Down low to Figgins. As the Phillies entered tonight, 3.12 ERA, second best to Atlanta in the National League. The Mariners, as you know, they are second in the American League. Behind Oakland, the Angels are third. You can see Raul Ibanez back here in town. Figgins puts it down to Howie Kendrick. Quiet inning. 5 in a row retired by Santana. We're through 4. No score here at Safeco. starts the set here in Seattle, although we still have a little time, maybe another hour or so of sunshine. Mark Trumbo leads off for the Angels. Trumbo, Borges, and Wilson 6, 7, and 8. But be careful with this kid. He's got a lot of pop with 11 home runs. Fly ball center field. Goody into his glide to his left. Just short of the track for the first out. Let's take a look at our Benner Bank Building to the Future. How about Dennis Rabin down at High Desert, their first baseman, the California League Player of the Week.
That's a nice month.
Whew. Yes, it is. 5 homers, 17 RBI. Wow. Last Sunday, 3 homers and 6 runs batted in. Congratulations, Dennis.
17 RBIs, 6 games. Mike, you do the math. That's almost 3 RBIs per game.
Right you are, Dan.
That's a pretty good week.
Borges, the hitter, got a base hit to left. Bedard working on a nice run here. 8 in a row retired. 0-1.
Thus far, Mike, I've seen a lot of broken bats, which tells me they're either throwing the ball inside or outside. They're not squaring it up. They're either getting the ball on the end of the bat or on the handle, and broken a lot of bats. Both these guys have moved the ball around very well.
I think Bedard and Santana both are pitching inside effectively today. We've seen guys just right off their thumbs. And Eric, one of the things that he's done this year, and I found interesting, I think it was a couple of 2, maybe 3 starts ago. Yeah, he has one of the better curveballs going, especially for a left-hander, but probably one of the better curveballs, period, in this league. 2 or 3 starts ago, he was having a tough time with it, getting a feel for it, went to his changeup. And I found that interesting because, you know, at one point, does Miguel Olivo go to Eric, or does Eric go to Miguel Olivo and go, we have to can that pitch today, it's just not working, I can't get a feel for it? Or, you know, does Miguel go up to him and say, the thing's just spinning up there, it's going to get hit hard, we need to abandon it? In fact, I think he gave up 3 runs in the first inning and shut it down after that, going to his changeup. When you have that conversation, especially when you're talking about one of your better pitches.
Yeah, again, that's a conversation that'll go on, you know, between innings more times than not in the dugout. And, you know, to have the luxury to go to a changeup. But then what happens is he starts getting outs with that changeup, and then the confidence grows in that pitch. And then, you know, the next time out, he's got his curveball and his changeup, and he's just got another pitch in his arsenal. But those are the kind of things you're going to discuss between innings. And if it's a pitch that's not there that day, I mean, every player has had to make adjustments per the ball game, and that's just an adjustment that Eric Bedard would have to make on that particular day. And he goes to his changeup.
Do you sit back there sometimes and maybe you come out in the 3rd inning and you decide in the changeup is working and you get to the 4th, but because his curveball is so good, at times maybe nobody on it. Let's have him throw a couple here, see if it came back to him, you know, found it, and see if we can use it maybe later or to get the rest of the way through the game.
Yeah,
you just can it.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think you can it in terms of trying to throw it to, you know, effectively, but what you do is try to find situations where you can continue to work on it so we can find it.
And here's Borges trying to go for a hustle double. He's in there. Wow, what a play. That play was determined as soon as he put the bat on the ball. Double by Borges.
And I had news for you, too. Franklin Gutierrez, the Gold Glove center fielder. This is a line drive. Franklin knows that Borges can run. He comes in. He doesn't waste any time. Sometimes the outfielders are messing around with it, but he knows right away. And that's a good throw into second base. But Borges' speed, I mean, that is unreal. Sometimes they'll steal that extra base on the outfielder. That wasn't the case right there. There's nothing else that Franklin could have done with that. Nice hustle play for Borges.
11th double for Peter. Bobby Wilson, the catcher, he grounded out the shortstop.
Obviously, 2 here now, one out, Mike. He's got to be looking to steal third base, get himself in a sacrifice fly situation.
This could be one of those one-run kind of games.
We saw Ichiro do that in the first inning. It didn't work out for the Mariners. They weren't able to get him in.
A lot of times, Mike, that runner will stay out there maybe a pitch or two, try to get the signs, and then he'll wait for that breaking ball that comes to try to steal third base on the breaking ball. This guy's just got some kind of speed.
The thought of stopping at first never entered his mind.
No way.
Way inside, ball one.
But to that point, Dan, you have the runner out there, and you go through a series of signs. That's the reason why you have those series, so that he can't pick something like that up. But maybe it is setting up early behind the plate. He sees you set up away, and then maybe take a chance. It's probably going to be an off-speed pitch because you are away.
Breaking ball for strike 1-1.
Yeah, and the other thing is too is if you're out there for a couple of pitches, you may, there are a certain number of things you can do to disguise your signs, but in the end, I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 that are used most often, and the good base runners will talk to pitchers about that. Hey, what are the sign sequences with runners on second? He may take a guess and guess right.
Fly ball right center field. Ichiro surrounds it. Borges can run, and Ichiro get it back into the infield as Borges gets the third easily. So 2 outs. Take a look at the CenturyLink high-speed pitch for both starters. Santana at 97. We saw that when he got in trouble in the first inning against Peguero, and Bedard at 93.
So knowing those tendencies, Dan, and being a catcher when you were on second, did you steal third often because of knowing it was going to be an off-speed pitch? No? All right.
How about this, Dan? How many times did you see guys where you had to change your signs? Somebody got your signs.
Well, that happened all the time, and I think, a lot of times pitchers we'd have 2 sets of signs, and a lot of times that's what you'd go out to the mound to discuss. Hey, let's switch it up here for the next hitter, next 2 hitters. Let's go second sign. Let's go third sign. Whatever the case was, but mixing it up is key. And some teams are better at it than others, and you learn those teams very quickly. But a team like the Angels, they're going to be aggressive on the base paths, and that's why they're going to want to get those signs.
When you were playing, who were some of the teams that were good at stealing signs?
Well, one of the guys that was exceptional at it was Carlos Delgado, and he used to hit the Mariners very well, but he was a guy who you knew he was trying to do it whenever he got on base, and he was a guy you really had to watch out for, and you had to mix it up as much as possible.
1-1 pitch. Slap, foul. So you're at second, and you start seeing the runner starting to do certain things that you can tell he's got you, right? I mean, certain indicators that he's giving back to the batter. What kind of stuff would you see?
Well, you look for a lot of things. You talk to your base runners. What are some of the things you guys do? Some base runners will start with their right foot, meaning the ball's going to be away from them. Head to the hat, head to the helmet. I mean, adjusting the batting gloves, whatever the case may be.
Jack Wilson, big out as they throw out Romine to end the Angels' threat here in the top of the 5th. So Bedard on a nice ball game. He and Santana matching zeros. Santana against Eric Bedard on a beautiful night here at Seattle, Washington. Jack Wilson leading off. Takes a strike. Wilson, Ichiro, and Ryan.
Play that Mike Carp made in the second inning is looking bigger and bigger all the time. Went over the fence and stole a home run.
From Trumbo, would have been a 2-run shot.
Yeah.
Angels have stranded 3. The Mariners have left 4 on base. 0-2 to Jack Wilson. Solidly hit right to Torrey. Hunter comes in, makes a nice catch. Nine-time Gold Glover is a center fielder.
Ball dying in a hurry. Yeah, over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of that.
He watched that one all the way into the glove. Well done. Ultra Mo giving you a good look. Torrey Hunter at work. Ichiro 1 for 2. Dan, as a catcher, you get to see guys with a lot of swings. What have you seen in Ichiro the last few days since getting that night off? Wow, something like that. How about this? Ripped down the line. One hop off the fence. Ichiro into second safely with a double. He's 2 for 3. 2 doubles tonight. He's got 12 on the season. Now tied with Adam Kennedy for second place behind Justin Smoke.
Take a look at it. It's a fastball inside. Ichiro turns on it. That's been one of the bigger differences, I think, is he's getting the barrel to the ball and start gaining some confidence again. You start turning on pitches like that a week ago. He was having a tough time with that pitch, and now he one-hops it off the fence for a double.
So he's got a double to left, double to right.
Sometimes, Dan, I think that's just what it is. You start gaining some confidence. The game slows down a little bit for you, and you're able to square some balls up. We've seen him hit the ball hard twice tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think you're right. He's turning on the ball a little bit more, Dave. And I think when you start to do that and you get that confidence, then you begin to do the things that made you more successful. And like we saw in the first inning, he just kind of went with that fastball that was up and away, drove that ball down into the left field corner, and you know, when you're hitting the ball hard, both directions in the ballpark, your swing is where it needs to be. And I think he's found it.
I think over the last few weeks, especially when he was going through his troubles, so many people would ask me about his swing, and I think he's just so difficult to break down. It's different than everybody else's, and he's made it work, and he's been great at it. But to try to dissect it and break it down is a difficult thing to do.
Well, Chris Chambliss said that. Eric Wedge said, "Hey, he's his best coach. He knows his swing better than anybody. He has a unique style, and basically just leave him alone." 0-2 to Ryan. Hello. It's another day at the office.
Brendan took exception to that one. I think it was just because of the elevation of this pitch. You want to come inside, that's fine, but that one's up and in.
He's on record making his feelings known. Wonder if he gave little Robert De Niro on that talk back. Ichiro on fire. 500 batting average, 10 for 12, 20 over his last 5. That's impressive. 1-2 here to Ryan. You may have heard of profanity. This is professional sports, professional baseball. It happens. Our mic was wide open. And we apologize for that. 1-2.
I think you bring up a good point, Mike. I think guys understand that pitchers need to pitch inside, but it's the elevation. It's when it gets up near your head. That's when guys get a little protective for good reason. And that's what we saw from Brendan.
2-2 with Ichiro at second. Scoreless ball game. Here comes Hunter. He's there in plenty of time. Two outs. That sometimes is a pitcher's best weapon.
Well, that's the key to it as a hitter. After something like that, and trust me, it'll wake you up. Do you have enough to stay in there for that slider that's coming down and away on the next pitch? That's the tough part. Can you hang in there long enough to hit that slider?
What I think was interesting on that at bat is he did throw it up and in, and he did throw a slider the next pitch, but he didn't throw the one down and away. He threw the one at him, and I think he was hoping that Brendan would bail again. And the ball stayed up. Brendan was just able to get a piece of it, but I think you're right. I think Santana tried to use that up and in pitch to his advantage.
See if Smoke can get a 2-out base knock for an RBI. Walk and a double tonight. Fooled on that pitch. Strike one. That third inning double Smoke now 1 for 4 against Irvin Santana. That's down the line. Trumbo does a heck of a job extending and beats Smoke to the bag. So an Ichiro double. Can't get him in. 5 in the books. No score here at Safeco Field. Celebrate the end of the school year at Safeco Field. Braves come to town and visit the Mariners for the first time since '03. 3-game series. It starts Monday, June 27th, and that night all kids 14 and under pick up a sweet Mariners cap for the summer courtesy of Boeing. Get your seats today, mariners.com/tickets. Top of the order, Eric Ibarra. Line drive, center field, Goody. Yes, sir. Makes the catch.
Well, we see him jumping over walls or into them all the time, but I think he's as good as that as anybody. A ball right at him. He always seems to be able to create himself a little bit of an angle as he dives in. Saw Torrey Hunter earlier with the concentration. Franklin certainly has that as well. But a nice athletic play.
Here is Torrey Hunter 0 for 2. Ground out the third, strikeout looking.
It is fun to watch Gold Gloves in the outfield, isn't it, Mike?
Especially in this outfield because you have to cover so much ground. These guys, and I think I like too is the fence here is like it's right at a perfect height for the guys to make plays, which makes it fun.
A lot of acreage to cover. Here at Safeco Field. Bob Christopherson and his crew, they do a spectacular job here. Grounds crew. High fly ball. Short left field coming in. Carp backing up Ryan. Somebody. Ryan makes the catch.
Mike, you were talking about cutting the grass earlier today. How long would it take you to cut this grass?
Well, with the push mower, quite a while, man.
Hey, it gets a good exercise, Mike.
Yeah. Days, probably.
And don't forget, you got to style it a little bit. You got to give it something.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, we'll throw a few extra shekels in there. Here's Abreu. What Bedard has done. 77 coming up. Here he is in the 6th with 2 outs. Great job, 1 and 2. Here's Bedard trying to close out the 6th. Last time at Detroit, he went 5 innings and threw 96 pitches. Staying alive, and that one Gatolivo. Some nights you get hit, 5-6 times, and then you can go, 2 weeks and not get touched, right?
Yeah, it's Murphy's Law is in full effect behind the plate. And those are the ones that sting. They catch the bottom of your leg and it burns. That's what with Miguel catching as much as he has, it really is a testimony to the toughness that he has, because he's caught a lot of ball games and he gets hit and keeps coming back.
1-2 pitch fouled off.
Come to the ballpark, try to get down there and see Miguel and give him a hug. And boy, when I hugged that guy,
well, he's seriously strong, isn't
he? He is just a barrel. He is just a strong man.
One-two pitch. It's good to sit down and talk to the other catchers, right? I mean, you get so much in common. So many shared experiences. The good, the bad. And it crashes at home plate. 2-2. Braves worked a full count. On deck is Vernon Wells. Braves leading the Angel Ball Club in hits, doubles, walks, and on base percentage. Shea Abreu, couple steps towards left field. Payoff pitch from Bedard. Mariners tonight have left a man, at least one man on in each inning except for the fourth. Total of 5. The Angels have stranded 3. Pitch number 10 coming up to Abreu. See if he can put him away right here. 3-2. To left field for Mr. Cart. Two-head catch for Mike. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. What a ball game. No score. So we head to the home 6. Figueroa, Olivo, and Cart coming up.
Board here as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Meantime, in case you haven't heard by now, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals didn't go the way the Vancouver Canucks had planned. The Boston Bruins waited 39 years to win a Stanley Cup, and they did it tonight, beating the Canucks 4-0. Boston overcame a 2-0 deficit in the series and shocked the Canucks on their home ice. Vancouver has yet to win the Cup since they joined the league in 1970, Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you. They've lost to the Islanders, Rangers, and Bruins in Stanley Cup championship round. And all Game 7s. Figueroa. High fly ball. Short right field for the first out. So Irvin Santana. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. 5 1/3.
After the first 2 innings, he's been efficient. 46 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Just 85 now here working in the 6th.
This looks like one of those first teams to 1 wins it. Both these guys throwing a good ball game. Bedard and Irvin Santana. 0 for 2 night for Olivo. He's changed speeds really well the last couple of innings, Santana.
Yeah, he has. He's gone to a little bit, you know, we're into the 3rd time through the order here, and he's going to have to mix it up again. And you're right, Dave. He's throwing a little bit more off speed, but he's been efficient, like Mike has said, and he's got himself deep in the ball game.
On 2 strikes. Mariners had runners at 1st and 3rd in the 1st inning. 1st and 2nd in the 2nd inning. third inning. They had a runner to second. They had a runner to second to fifth. Two to Olivo. There's that off-speed pitch. Nice breaking ball. Strikeout number 6. So rally fries in order here, Mike.
How about some 2-out rally fries? Mariners need to score a run. Marissa delivering the prize group that we showed you earlier. Jill holding the signs here with AJ. Actually, it's a group from Valley Medical.
And the shirt that Marissa's wearing, that's what we'll be giving out Friday night against the Phillies. All right, healthcare workers.
That's right. Let's try some 2-out rally fries.
There's Karp with a base hit. After striking out, swinging and looking. 2-out base hit here in the 6th.
Solid base hit for Mike. So he gets a fastball on the inside corner.
Looked like a mislocation there. Looked like Bobby Wilson was set up down and away to get that first pitch strikeout there, and Santana just brought it across the plate with him, and Karp was all over it.
Actually, just off the inside corner. He had to be looking first pitch fastball. And a couple of bats that David mentioned where he punched him out, and so I think he was jumping on that first heater. Hit it hard into right field.
Strike one to Gutierrez. Strikeout in a 2-2 pitch and a fly to left. Nice gobble by Romine. Nice play down at third. They get the force and Kraft at second base. 6 in the books. No score. Angels and the Mariners. Field, no score. And together we can send your favorite Mariners to the 2011 All-Star Game in Phoenix, Arizona. Vote online up to 25 times at mariners.com/vote. And you could win 4 All-Star Club tickets and a jersey autographed by Felix Hernandez. Vote early, vote often, and vote now at mariners.com/vote. Ichiro, by the way, is moved up very nicely. There's a foul ball off the bat of Vernon Wells. Ichiro has raised his batting average from 252 to 270, going 10 for his last 20 since last being off last Friday night. He's a perennial performer in the All-Star Game, MVP a few years ago in San Francisco. Vernon Wells, base hit to left and a fly to center. How about Bedard? He's in the 7th inning. Last time he got through 7 back on June 5th against Tampa Bay. 0-2 to Wells.
Well, Dave, you mentioned that off day for Ichiro, and so many times, you know, Ichiro plays every day and physically demanding, but it's usually that mental day off that a day where you can just give your mind a rest. And I think that's what he probably benefited more from than anything.
Back up this way. And Eric Wedge was not going to use him as a pinch runner late or a defensive replacement late. It was a day off. Oh, 2 pitch. Wells has had a good run of success against Bedard, but Eric could be careful against him. Wells 11 for 31. Let me get this from you, Dan. At this point, you get the Mariners at 500, 2 back starting today. How surprised are you?
Well, you know, I really believed in this pitching staff from the beginning of the season, and I think they shaped up very well. And when you have a good pitching staff, you're going to be in a lot of games. So I'm not totally surprised that they are where they are right now. But I am surprised that
Wells is surprised right now. He got punched out by first base umpire Angel Campos, and Olivo completed the play by throwing down the first. Now watch Wells' reaction. Yep, it's over. Bedard racks up another strikeout, his 4th. It's Howie Kendrick. Pitching definitely is doing a great job here for the Mariners because the hitting still dead last.
The other thing too is we've seen some defensive plays tonight taking hits away. And I think that's something that the Mariners were expecting to happen. Brendan Ryan has done a nice job at short.
Fly ball right center field for Gutierrez. Gotta love it up here in the Northwest. The long days get you beautiful sunsets like this. Seattle Mariner Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by AT&T. By Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new bourbon barbecue steak grilled sandwich at participating restaurants. And by Budweiser, official beer of the thirst inning. Great times are on deck. Grab some buds. Gorgeous sunset here at 9, a little after 9 Pacific time. Days getting super long up here. Trumbo has to do a 2-step.
We did mention that the offense that's last, Dave, but you know, I've really enjoyed watching the emergence of Justin Smoke and Brendan Ryan, and Miguel has swung the bat so well, and Peguero coming on too. So I mean, the sky's the limit for these guys, and they've got a lot of talent, and they've shown it, and the pitching's going to keep them in a lot of ball games.
You tell me, Peguero, your thoughts as you project ahead with him.
Well, I mean, you just look at him, and I think his body size lends himself to 25 homers a year at least. He's a guy that you know, he's going to learn a lot here this first year, and I'm anxious to see him as he gains his experience, because he's going to hit some home runs. He's going to hit the ball a long way.
1-2 to Mark Trumbo, 2 out, nobody on. So Bedard trying to get through 7. There's Carlos Peguero, Michael Pineda. Pineda, by the way, went upper deck in batting practice over the 5 rows upper deck in left field. A monster shot. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and fouled into Olivo's glove. How about Eric Bedard, everybody, through 7. Shutout baseball here at Safeco Field. Defense plays a large part in it, Dan Wilson. This is unbelievable. Look at this. The catches that we've seen here tonight. Torrey Hunter comes in. He makes a heck of a grab. Mike Karp on that first one. Not to be left out, Franklin Gutierrez comes in, makes a diving catch. And that Karp catch took 2 runs, kept 2 runs off the board. The defense always a big part. Get shutout baseball working here. So, which one is your favorite, fans? Text ABC to 95323. Karp, Goody, or Hunter?
That's amazing, Dave, when you slow it down like you can there with those camera shots. To see, number one, like you mentioned, the concentration that goes into those catches. But number two, the abuse your body takes when you hit the ground, you hit the wall out there like Karp did in left field, and you know, we always were told that in the outfield that was a boring position when you were a kid, right? That's where you ended up if you couldn't really play. But these guys,
they earn it.
They earn it out there.
Karp getting a whole new education as a left fielder. 2-1, playing very shallow for Figgins in center and left. Going left side. Romine. Boy, he showed some good closing speed. He didn't miss that by much.
Difficult over the shoulder catch. Missed it by about a foot.
Two and 2 to Figgins. Figgins 1 for 2 tonight. He went 1 for 3 last night, and Monday night he went 1 for 3. Maybe he too starting to show some signs. Fouls that one off. Oh boy, that ate up Bobby Wilson.
Looked like it maybe it got his kneecap.
Mike Scioscia coming out. Mike, an all-star catcher in his day. Angel Hernandez pointing to the left thigh area.
They've got a lot of protection, Dave, on that the area above the knee, and they have that extra little foul tip guard. But for whatever reason, those balls on that part of your knee really do kind of buckle you. Oh yeah, got on the inside part there, and that will leave a mark.
Hang with them and keep grinding.
That's right.
2-2. Did he go? Did not. This is Joe West.
See, on the inside of his left knee. Well, there's the block by Wilson. You know, you come back, like you mentioned, Dave, hang with him, get in there for the next pitch. Ball down and into Figgins, and he's got to go down and block it.
Payoff pitch. Do it again. Santana tonight, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs on 6 hits. Eric Bedard, no runs on 3 hits. He struck out 5, hasn't walked anybody. So look at Jack Wilson. Pitch number 101 here for Santana. Angels have got 2 runners to third tonight. 2 for the Mariners.
Rich Thompson getting loose in the Angels bullpen.
Figgins down the line. He's checking in with another base hit. A 2-hit night for Figgins. So a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. Figgins 2 for 3 tonight. And Sean Figgins checking in with his 11th double.
Turns on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. He really battled in this at bat. 9-pitch at bat. The 9th pitch he hits down into the corner. Once he gets by Hunter, an easy double for Figgins. It sets up nicely. You have Jack Wilson and Ichiro on deck.
Jack Wilson with 2 sacrifices on the season. Brendan Ryan leads with 7.
Can handle the bat. We've seen him bunt quite a bit. With the resurgence of Ichiro, it would probably be up to Brendan Ryan. I doubt that Scioscia would pitch to him.
Bunt laid down. Santana. Wow, dug up by Howie Kendrick. Sacrifice 1-4. Beautifully done by Jack Wilson. Figgins to third.
With Figgins' speed, you don't have to lay down a perfect bunt. This one actually out towards the mound. And Santana tried to throw it away, but a nice play by Kendrick over at first.
A sinker, and Howie Kendrick stayed with it. Almost a collision here.
You know, it looks like the catcher and Jack got tangled up a little bit. Wilson really coming out of the chute hard on that to try to go get that bunt.
Ichiro will be intentionally passed for the 7th time. He's a team leader in that category by a lot. The next closest is 2. That's Smoke and Cust. We're going to put Ichiro on. Couldn't be hotter right now, Ichiro. 10 for 20 since being benched last Friday night in Detroit. So Brendan Ryan, who took an up and in fastball up around his chin, and he barked a little bit at Santana. Now he gets a chance to give the Mariners the lead here. Takahashi is up and throwing. Misunori Takahashi. We've seen Brendan Ryan lay down a squeeze play. A squeeze bunt that was here at home. Goody laid down one in Detroit.
Well, Eric Wedge wants to do that. He has speed on the bases, and Brendan Ryan can handle the bat. He can get a bunt down if he needs to.
Popped out. That will get out of play. See what's up here with the Mariners. Runners at the corners in the scoreless ball game. Ryan, the team leader in sacrifices. He's got 7. First pitch by Santana, 1-2. Third time the Mariners have gotten a runner to third. Oh, 0-2 to Ryan. Ichiro takes off, swing and a miss, and Ichiro in standing with the stolen base. Strikeout of Ryan. It's his 7th, rung up by Santana. 2 down. Stolen base Ichiro, his 2nd of the night, 18th on the season.
And my guess here, Dave, is that if they don't put Smoke on, they're not going to give him much of a chance to hit anything, and probably go after the younger hitting Peguero. We'll see how Scioscia approaches it here.
Smoke this evening, a walk, a double to right, and a ground out to first. Peguero struck out, flat out to left, flat out to right. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Chance for Smoke here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Leadoff double got it going. Wilson sacrificed him to second. Intentional walk to Ichiro. Stole stole second. Good call, Dan. I'm going to pitch around him. So it appears the first 2 pitches.
Yeah, first pitch breaking ball down in the dirt, and then that one well off the plate and down below the knees. And now they're just going to go ahead and give him the free pass. First 2 pitches, Dave, trying to see if they could get Smoke, entice him to swing at a bad pitch, but he didn't. So they're just going to go ahead and put him on.
Well, take your chances with Carlos Peguero. His first night as a cleanup hitter in the big leagues. Eric Wicks. So we got to find something that works offensively. He's a threat every time he walks up there. Got to keep searching. Can't be afraid to try something, and he certainly is in position now to get a payoff. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Figueroa 0 for 3. And he looks at a strike. You got Figgins at third, Ichiro at second, and Smoke at first. 115 pitches for Santana. Season high 117, May 25th at Oakland.
Well, Dave, number 115 was 95 miles an hour, a good fastball away. He's still got plenty of juice in the tank.
Figueroa seems to be getting the bad draw tonight because we were talking about his first at bat. He was 97. So it seems like when he comes up there, Santana turns it up a notch. Game on the line right here.
0-1. They were oohing and eyeing in the entire Pacific Northwest on that cut.
Well, it's 96 miles an hour in the middle of the plate. Figueroa can't catch up to it.
Figueroa 0 for 2 with bases loaded this season. He's got an 0-2 count. Popped it up. Out of play. Guys, you've seen some people take some hacks. This is one of the bigger guys. I mean, in terms of cutting them loose, like, man, I mean, it's unbelievable.
The thing right now with him is he really likes the ball down. If he can get a pitch down, he has a better chance of hitting it hard somewhere. I mean, it can be down out of the zone and still hit it hard. It's the pitch above the belt where he has a little bit of a tough time getting to.
0-2. Got a piece of it. Dan Weir here one night. Figueroa reached down and hit a home run opposite field on a breaking ball down and away and hit it over the nightcap sign.
That gives you an idea of the kind of power he has. And Mikey did. He took a good swing at that pitch down. He was out in front just a hair. My guess is with Santana, he was hard with him early. He's probably going to try to climb the ladder with something hard up here again.
So the 0-2 pitch coming to Figueroa. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch outside for ball 1. Valle in the Dominican Republic going against a countryman, Irvin Santana from San Cristobal. One and 2 with the bases loaded. The pitch. Check. Diddy. He's okay, says Joe West. 2-2.
He gets a hard slider down, trying to gear up for the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. You have to be strong to stop a swing like that. It looks like it's a big bat that he's using too, and is able to hold up.
Santana well over his norm. Bases loaded. 7th inning in a scoreless ball game. The 2-2 pitch from Santana. Up the middle. Playing on. The bag. Figgy scores. Here comes Ichiro. Running to third is Smoke. He's safe. 2-0 Mariners. What a break. Carlos Figueroa picks up a couple of RBIs. Number 14 and number 15. How about that?
They were playing him up the middle. The shortstop Ibar is standing in great shape to make the play. Mariners catch a break off the bag. That'll be a couple of RBIs for Figueroa.
Chases Santana. Mariners will take advantage. Santana's gone. Mariners lead 2-0. Here, they're here for May 18th and May 19th. And on the 19th, fly ball to center field off the bat of Carlos Peguero. Looks like a can of corn. He's angry with himself. Torrey Hunter, I got it. No, I don't. Ball game. And then today with Peguero at the dish, bases loaded, 2 outs. Sends one up to the middle. Hits second base, and the Mariners now have a 2-0 lead. And Torrey Hunter in right field this evening. There's Olivo, runners at the corners. Rich Thompson, a new pitcher, strike one. How about Peguero here on a 2-2 pitch? And Ibar was ready to put that baby away. 0-1 to Olivo. Out off. Gill behind 0-2. Didn't see it, but somebody must have made a heck of a catch.
Thompson's numbers: 32 strikeouts in 28 2/3 innings. 32 strikeouts with just 9 walks.
0-2 to Peguero. Miguel tonight a strikeout, a pop-up, and a strikeout. David Pauley certainly deserves all-star game consideration with the numbers he has posted this season. He's warming up 4-0 with an 0.94 ERA. 1-2 to Olivo. High. The Mariners formula that they had hoped for in the offseason, put this team together. Ichiro and Figgins on base, and the cleanup man brings them in. That's what happened there, with a little bit of a bonus with the ball hitting off the bag at second base off the bat of Mr. Peguero. 2-2 to right center field for Torrey Hunter, and that will do it. But a good inning for the Mariners in the 7th. Peguero catches a break, drives in 2. Mariners lead it 2-0.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance, and by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit sterlingsavingsbank.com. Finally, we got somebody on the scoreboard, and it's the right team, Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 2-0 Mariners. Carlos Peguero with the 2-run RBI. Greg Holman takes over in left field for Mike Karp. And David Pauley's on the mound after Eric Bedard. A sterling performance by him. Borges leads off. How about Paulie's first part of this season? Outstanding. Two 2-0 to Borges.
It seems like he's really found a niche, Dave, in this part of the bullpen, and coming in, setting up the closer, and coming in late in the ball games like this. And he's taken on a lot of roles over the last couple of years, but he seems very comfortable with this one.
This has worked out really well. And we're talking about a kid that has supreme confidence now. His nose is rolling. He's executing it beautiful. 2-1. And generally, it's been that slider that's been a very good pitch for him. Hank Conger out of Federal Way, Washington. Just pinch hitting. Three and 1 to Borges. And a rare walk by David Pauley. Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser. And this year, Budweiser will donate $100 to Folds of Honor for every home run hit in Major League Baseball. Visit Facebook.com/Budweiser to see how you can help support our nation's heroes. First walk issued by Mariner pitching tonight. Bedard went 7 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball, no walks and 5 Ks. There's Hank Conger. Pinch hitter this year, he's 1 for 6. Pinch hitting for Bobby Wilson. Hank can stay on and catch. Conger last night 1 for 3. We've seen all 3 Angels catchers in this series. Jeff Mathis on Monday, Conger yesterday, and Bobby Wilson tonight. Popped up. Here coming from Miggy. He's got to play Olivo on the track. Big out. 1 down, 1 on. Eric Bedard, outstanding tonight.
He has been on a nice run, and so far 96 pitches for Eric. Only 3 hits in the game. I think the big number, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Threw a lot of fastballs in tonight's game.
So Russell Branyan, former Mariner, 46 home runs in 2 years here for the Mariners. He was with Arizona for the first part of the year, got on a log jam at first base. Talking to Russell before the game, his young son Cash was at the ballpark when he got word in Arizona that he was being released. And young Cash said, "They don't have room for Daddy anymore." He was crying. He said, Russell said he just totally choked him up. He said even the next morning, little kid got up, went to the bathroom, didn't come out for a while, and he was still in there. He was upset that Daddy didn't have a baseball team, and then he got, of course, he was subsequently picked up by this club. Branyan in his 13th game with the Angels. No homers, 2 RBI. The thing I got on him about, I said, "What is up with this? You have 2 stolen bases. You're 2 for 2. So she wants you to run." 1 was a hit and run. 1 was a straight steal, and he got it.
We talked about it earlier. Social loves to be aggressive.
Branyan 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter.
Dave, you mentioned David Pauley on that pop-up from Conger, yelling "Miggy, Miggy, Miggy." This is a tough time of night with the sky the way it is. Those balls can go up there, and for a catcher, he gets a late look at it and has a hard time to find it sometimes. But David Pauley was alert to give him the heads up on that ball.
Fast runner and Borges at first. And a 4-pitch walk. to Branyan as Pauly snaps at the ball back from Oliva. I'm not happy. Tired of paying those high gas prices? Relax and ride Sound Transit. Visit soundtransit.org for details. Carl Willis. A few choice words coming up for David Pauly. And
we haven't seen this from David. 11 pitches, 9 of them balls, just 2 strikes. Typically he will come in and throw a lot of strikes, but he's struggling tonight.
Chang runs aboard. Eric Ibar will be the hitter. Ibar is 5 for 7 against David Pauly. Mariners could really use their first double play of the night right here. Aaron Laffey up and throwing. So Ibar stands in. Or his numbers. In there for strike. Mariners just taking the lead, 2-0. 2-run single by Carlos Figueroa. It bounced off of second base, scored Figgins and Ichiro. Stroke right field, base hit. Ichiro. Borges scores easily. 2-1 ball game as Branyan will hold it second. RBI for Ibar. His 25th, and he continues to wreak havoc on David Pauly. He's now 6 out of 8.
Ibar gets a pitch middle in. It's like a changeup. Angels now 1 for 4 in scoring position.
They get Turi Hunter. Tying run at second. Lead run at first. Coleman coming over, makes the grab, 2 down. We'll bring up Bobby Abreu, 2 for 8 with a homer against Pauly. Torrey Hunter now 2 for 10. Things have tightened up here in the 8th.
Well, Mike, you talked about it earlier. Abreu, a very patient hitter, but he's got the game on the line here. Like we talked about, sometimes that approach can change, and he might be aggressive early in the count.
Ball 1. This may be as important an out as David Pauly's recorded all season. Back strike, 1-1.
And I think you're right. I think normally he would have been more aggressive with that pitch, but because Pauly's been struggling to throw strikes, and Abreu's had an opportunity to watch him pitch to 5 batters and struggle his way through, maybe decided better off just taking, see if Pauly would walk him. Also, Pauly with a couple of walks in this inning.
Branyan not a fast runner at second. Strike 2 from Pauly. Two-1 Mariner lead. Experienced hitter here in Bobby Abreu, and Pauly trying to retire him with a couple of men on. Pauly set 1-2. to Bobby Abreu. Foul off. Scoreless ball game for 6.5 innings till Carlos Peguero. 2-run single in the bottom of the 7th. Ibar, an RBI here in the 8th. 1-2 to Abreu. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout by David Pauley. Gives up 1, strands 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mariners lead it 2-1. Inning or so, the Mariners holding a 2-1 lead after a scoreless ball game for 6.5. Greg Holman, first plate appearance, took over in left last top half of the inning for Mike Carter in left field. 1 for 3 day from Carter. Holman, when he was called up, went 6 for his first 7. Behind 0-2. Holman, Gutierrez, and Figgins here in the 8th. Rich Thompson got the final out of the 7th inning.
Brandon Lee getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Brandon leading the league in saves.
You'll have to go through Wells, Kendrick, and Trumbo.
Oh, 2 here to Holman. Right upstairs. So Russell Brennan, who came up as a third baseman, but we know him mainly as a first baseman the last few years. He's down at third. He's in for Roma. Pinch hit for him. Top half of this inning. Fly ball, deep center field. Borges, a slicing drive, watches it leave the yard. Greg Holman with a home run. Boy, did he charge that baby up. 3-1 Mariners. As Holman gets his first home run of the season on a big poke. Oh, that young man's strong, and he continues to go up the middle and right side. He's done that so effectively since being called up.
We talked about the power of the young hitters the Mariners have in their organization. It's like one too many sliders. 86 miles an hour in the middle of the plate. This time of night, not easy to go out of here dead center field. Some serious pop right there, Dan.
I'd say, you know, I look at that swing. I see Greg Holman. He's very quiet, and then he jumps on that hanging slider and just drove that thing to center field.
What a shot there by Holman. Little cushion there for the Mariners at 3-1.
Comes in as a defensive replacement. It's his first major league home run.
I love it. Two and one. Deguti is 0 for 3 tonight. They'll have to get somebody back there to get that baseball. Kid's got one of the winning smiles. Two and two to Gutierrez. Greg Holman with his first big league homer. Gutierrez gets into one. Deep left center field, but Wells to his left for the out. Reach home run hit by the Mariners. Alaska Airlines donates 10,000 miles to our Make-A-Wish Home Runs for Wishes program. You can donate your own miles to Make-A-Wish at alaskaair.com. Greg Holman, 33 home runs in Tacoma last year. At West Tennessee in 09, he hit 25. You just saw his first big league home run. Good night for Sean Figgins with 2 hits. 9-pitch at bat his last time up. That was in the 7th. Leading off the 7th, he doubled into the right field corner. Came around and scored on the Piguero 2-run single.
It's going to be a good feeling for Greg Holman down there in that dugout, Mike. First big league home run, and really a big home run in this ball game. Gives them that extra run cushion, and you're right, he comes in as a defensive replacement and does the job offensively. Good feeling.
The guys that were called up from Tacoma, Piguero 2 RBIs. Karp makes a couple of nice catches, gets a base hit, and Holman gets a home run.
You know, we've talked about it so many times, but staying in the big leagues is all about taking advantage of your opportunities, and these young guys are beginning to do that, and that bodes well for the future.
2-2 to Figgins. The Mariners, they had gone 19 scoreless innings before getting the 2 runs in the 7th inning. They've added another here in the 8th.
How much Holman?
Michael Pineda, also one of the new kids, made the team out of spring training.
How much Holman was thinking about it, though. Comes in as a defensive replacement. Had to know that he was leading off that inning. He's in left field. Makes a nice catch, by the way, over by the line. Showed some good speed and was able to run a ball down, but he also knew he was going to be leading the inning off. That's when he gets his home run.
Tonight he'll remember. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Figgins. Looking for his 3rd hit tonight. Foul ball. Last 3 days, Figgins hitting the ball a little bit harder. Good side. So Brendan League, he leads the league in saves and games finished. Ready to take over in the 9th. 2-2. Figgins. And a full count. On deck, Jack Wilson. Payoff to Figgins. One out, nobody on. And down low, Figgins is aboard. Seen a lot of good defense tonight. What was your favorite catch? It was the Mike Karp robbing Trumbo of a 2-run homer with Goody second and Hunter third. Our steal cut above the rest. Let's revisit, shall we? Nice job. This was with one on, second inning. Karp makes a 2-run homer against away from Mark Trumbo. Good play. So Mike Scioscia makes a pitching change. Greg Hallman still feeling great about that home run that's given the Mariners a 3-1 lead. In this 3-game set with the Angels, and tonight Greg Hallman provides us with our Geico quote. He gave that a really good ride. First big league homer, Greg Hallman. 3-1 lead for the Mariners. Where'd you guys get your first homers off?
Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff. How about you, Dano?
Ron Darling.
Ron Darling. Our Nissan chip to the bullpen. Third pitcher of the night for Mike Scioscia's Angels. Bobby Casava just called up from their AAA Salt Lake City affiliate. Came up on Monday, was 1-3, a 4.64 ERA. 18 games at Salt Lake City. There's Jack Wilson. Sacrifice bunt his last time. 1 for 2. Hallman led off this inning with a home run. Gutierrez flied out to left, a walk to Figgins. And now 1-0 to Jack Wilson. Broken bat down to Russell. Brandon throws over, and they do get Figgins. Brandon force. Now Ichiro stand in with Wilson at first and 2 down. A resurgence for Ichiro. 2 doubles tonight, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. So look at the Bobby Casava numbers. Ball 1 to Ichiro. 270 with a bullet, that batting average. Been climbing since last Saturday. One and one. Bobby Cassavai is out of Jacksonville, Florida. Lives in Pensacola, Florida. 9 games. Look at the Ichiro ledger. 9 games for Bobby last year. First taste of big league action. Swing ball down the eye bar. Goes over and just gets Ichiro. To the 9th we go. The American League's leading save man, Brandon League, will take over. Mariners leading it 3-1. Sports is brought to you by Widmer Brothers Brewing, brewing without boundaries. And by Pizza Hut, the new Ultimate Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now get your favorite toppings and cheese baked right into the crust. Here at Safeco Field, the Mariners have a 3-1 lead. And a little BLT for you coming up on 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, Brandon League time. As he goes after Wells, Kendrick, and Trumbo here in the 9th.
Brandon's numbers: 28 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, 4 walks. Opponents average 238.
His first man will be a former teammate in Toronto, Vernon Wells. Wells tonight, single to left, fly to center, and a strikeout. Strike 1-1. David Pauley pitched the 8th inning, gave up a run on 1 hit. RBI single by Ibar. There's a 1-1. As things cool off here, the Mariners trying to get a W and get above 500 again. Pop job playable for Jack Wilson. 1 out. Time now for Coors Light Freeze Can. Good stuff here at the ballpark tonight. 1 out. And the hitter's Howie Kendrick. Kendrick 3 for 6 against Brendan League. Striking 86. 1. For 3 night for Howie. That splitter, that bottom falling out again. 1 and 2. 1-2 pitch to Howie Kendrick. Broke his bat. Looper, Jack Wilson. Couldn't get it. Great effort. Base hit. Really good effort.
Good effort. It was a good pitch too. Ball was down and Kendrick just got enough of the bat on the ball. Broke his bat again. Another broken bat tonight, but just got enough of the ball to get it over Wilson's head at second.
Looks like a perfect pitch. Knee high on the outside corner. Give Kendrick some credit on that.
Power hitter Mark Trumbo. Ball 1. Trumbo. Robbed of a 2-run homer back in the second inning by Mike Carp. Flied to center and struck out. First time he's facing League. Chopper. Somebody's got to get it. Nice play, Ryan. Wow. You take it. No, you take it. Ryan comes up with it, gets the second out.
Good defensive game tonight by the Mariners. Seen a number of plays in the outfield. This one on the infield. He can barely hold on to it, readjusting his hand. And gets rid of it quickly.
Good, strong, accurate throw by Brendan Ryan. Well done.
You see that play live. You didn't notice the bad grip, but boy, you slow that down. And he really, that almost squeaked right out of his hand.
He made a nice adjustment quickly to get rid of it.
Here's Maicias Torres pinch hitting. He's pinch hitting for Peter Borges.
See it at the end of his fingertips, barely holding on to it, and then he'll make another adjustment to get a better grip.
Wow, that's some hand strength right there to hold on to that ball.
Torres 1 for 1 against Brandon Lee. Kendrick at second. Outside 1-1.
Mike, I don't think if he gloves that ball, he's going to get the runner at first base. He had to barehand that to make the play.
That's the only play that he had.
Two and one. Brendan Ryan, Jack Wilson, defense been stellar tonight. Late 2-1 to his Torres, who gets time. Torres, a switch hitter, 271 hitter, left-handed, 313 right. Ichiro, big night. Couple of doubles. Yellow Levo, solid as usual. 2-1. Fly ball center field. This will do it right here. Cody puts it in his pocket. Game over. Mariners win 3-1. They salvage a game in this series. League picks up his 19th save, and they make a winner out of Eric Bedard. It goes to 4-4 in the Mariners. Go to 35-34. I bet Greg Holman, first big league homer, and Peguero with 2 RBIs.
Peguero, they're going to think about him, the young man. We showed the play earlier in the season back in May. Fly ball that was lost, they win a game. And then this one, it looked like Ibar was going to be in position to make the play. Hits the bag, he ends up with 2 RBIs. So he has a nice night. Greg Holman, wow, what a home run. He had shown a little bit of the pop that we've been talking about with him. It's his first major league home run
dead center field late in this game, give Brandon Lee an extra run to work with.
Absolutely. Good pitching, good defense, and a little luck, Dave. That's a formula for success.
Good stuff. As the Mariners against these Angels now are 3-2. All these games played here at Safeco Field. Mariners have 3 trips coming down to Southern California still to come. With the home run hit in tonight's game, a total of $19,000 has been raised in our Game for Prostate Cancer Research. To make a donation, you can call 800-798-CURE or go online to www.pcf.org. And right now, let's go out to center field. Brad Adam, Dave Valley.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Much more from the booth, guys. And how about whoever put second base where it was tonight? I mean, congratulations. Kudos to those guys.
You got to love the symmetry of the game of baseball. It was just placed in the perfect spots.
And Bedard, the beneficiary of another Peguero kind of quirky hit to beat the Angels. He's standing by right now with Jen Mueller. Jen?
Well, we were just kind of recapping the big night for Carlos Peguero. And, Carlos, when you were at the plate there in the 7th inning, that's a pressure situation. Were you feeling it?
You know, I feeling a little bit, but, you know, I had to get under control, and I had to be patient and try in my mind to do my best.
The last time you faced the Angels at home, remember you kind of got that lucky break. Torrey Hunter missed the ball in center field. Tonight it bounces off the bag. Are you just lucky against these guys?
I know, you know, sometimes, yeah, because when we get the something like that, we get the lucky, and then the ball hit the bag, and that's a base hit, and 2 RBIs. That was a good year for me.
Did you see it hit the bag, or was your head down running, just trying to get to first?
When I start running, I try to see the ball, and you know, and maybe I gonna catch it, but when I hit the bag and he stay and ball goes over there, and you know, good.
And lastly, Santana was really pitching well tonight. You had never faced him before, I don't think. What was it like tonight?
No, you know, he's a really good pitcher and friend of mine, and you know, and it's very impressive because he's pitching well tonight, and the sun and everything, the fastball, the slider, and you know, he pitched good with it.
Yeah, but you got the upper hand, so go inside and enjoy this one, Carlos. And Brad, I think the only